Hope everyone's doing great, guys. In the last part of this video, we had talked about Ayurveda, IMA, vaccines, and much more professional stuffs. But in this part 2 of the video, we had talked about his daily routines, lifestyle, and his social media experience to spread awareness of Ayurveda. If you have missed out the part 1 of this video, I have given it in the iCard. Go check it out and do subscribe to our channel if you are new to this. And also use the timestamp given in the description for easy watching. Enough talking, let's get into the video. What's your take on social media and the challenges you are to spread awareness of Ayurveda through social media?
Sir, actually, I am every day. I thank 7 generations of people before me, all the life changers or the life makers or the life enhancers. The reason is simple. People do so many things. Like you are talking. I don't know who is the creator of podcast, but we are talking.
Yeah.
And of course, this message will be relayed to people who are enthusiastic about health or whatever. So that way, we need to be thankful of the creators of social media. However, the science of Ayurveda clearly narrates that moderation is the mantra. So anything in moderation is fine. So as you know, myself, my case, I'm very grateful for such medias to happening. It's a great way to let people know many things, be it FB or Insta or YT or so many other possibilities. But moderation mantra, and I prefer that there is minimum screen space and minimum online time and more of offline time, where one is involved with one's family and oneself. Ultimately, these all perceptions are flying there. So a medium dose of social media is good because we need to be connected, but not hooked to social media. That's my take on that. And I see people wasting a lot of time. If you really audit the time people spend on WhatsApp or video or online, I think easily 50% they were not necessary. Easily. There are many things we have no influence over, and we barge or we kind of get involved into it.
Yeah.
So what is the point of something happening in some other state with some politics where I have no influence over? Why should I waste my time on that? Let me spend time on myself or my efforts or my study or my better evolution if I use a better version of myself. So social media is great way of reaching, but I think people are a bit hooked. I remember a sleep video of Insta that in Ayurveda, even if you have 5,000 views, is a big deal. For Ayurvedic things, it's not a joke, it's not a funny thing, it's not a TikTok like that. So 5,000, 10,000, like a unbelievable score of watching. So most of videos reach that easily, a matter of 2 days or so they reach it. Because there are 16,754 people till now. If I put real time now. It's not much, I know, but they are serious. They are health enthusiasts. That's more important than the figure of 1 million or so. Whatever. So that video went like more than 2,46,000 views. And then there are many people commenting, this is 2 o'clock, I am watching this video. So,
Yeah.
which is fine. So what I mean is that it is sneaking into our private space of family. You have a home, son is your computer, both the couples are like or other couple are with like it's a triangle so that is I think harming social fabric and that is harmful, but we need to make good use of it to spread awareness. It's great. I don't think the postal department letters are working now when you have email, and the email is even overtaken by WhatsApp audio. I mean, communication is great that way, and rightfully so. But I would generally go offline by 8 o'clock, and with our communication also.
Exactly.
I come to my staff and so that I am responsible with your communication. At the same time, I have my space. I like that.
Yes, the first time I called you, I thought it was you speaking, but it was your staff speaking to me.
No, I keep from the phone as much as I know, because I'm not a surgeon or a police department or a fire force department for emergency. We are general practice, so people can wait and this kind of easy. And this is a source number anyway. So that why I'm telling about the social media is that it's a great platform, but we need to have ownership of our time, and many don't have that.
Yes.
It is encroached by our space of mind is encroached by many people, and I think we need our mind. So that is a lot of distractions.
And Since you create content on Instagram, do you think that content creators also have an influence on their
Absolutely.
mentally they have some
Yeah, absolutely, very important. You see, what I'm doing is I'm doing nothing great. It's very simple what I do. The verses, as we call the prose or the poems, is not the right word, no? No, the shlok. I don't know how to put in English, shloka. So the shlokas, or you call verses, medical verses, in Sanskrit, I'm putting into Hindi or English. That's it. So I'm just cut pasting. But I do add my experience to it. I add our 5 generations of clinical experience to it and my direct experience to it, so that it is original, authentic, and it is real time also. Very, very important. Like something that's not much talked about is Wi-Fi sensitivity. Not many people know, or they know but they may not realize it. There are many people, a lot of issues of health. Very later they realize it's an allergy to Wi-Fi. Many people have
in physical level. Are you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, so you mean the radiations? You mean the radiations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the Ayurvedic doctor would be beating around the bush treating Vata, Pitta, Kapha when we know source is the Wi-Fi, boss. Because the patient invariably tells that I'm all good at home, and then I go to office, I come back very tired, and the weekends I'm quite fine, and then Monday starts again the problem. Then you realize the Wi-Fi in your office was so strong because of the demand it has compared to the home Wi-Fi, whatever kind of thing. So what I'm telling you is that these are the modern day awareness things which we are very aware of. We don't leave the past, we maintain it, but we bring it to the modern day context, so it becomes easier. So this is the kind of content the Instagram has. Something only 30 seconds. If you see, I finish in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, so that nobody has the time these days.
Yes.
The attention span of people are coming down also. I don't think there are many lovers of novel reading. I really doubt how many people are reading novel these days sometimes. As we did, I'm in my 40s, so as we did like 25 years or 20 years ago, I really doubt. Because everything's short, no?
Yeah. And
T20, no? You saw the test match getting to T20.
Yeah, obviously, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and
of course, those athletes can perform test match. I don't deny that.
Yeah.
That's not my intention to say.
Yeah.
But I mean, the paucity of time is what created T20.
Yeah.
The athletes or the players still have stamina to play 2 test matches back to back. We all know that.
Yes. And I think the youth of, the millennials, what happened is, even in WhatsApp also, if somebody wishes happy birthday, they don't type happy birthday, HAPPY, they'll HBD.
Yeah.
TBH, to be honest. So they are.
Yeah. It is fine, I would say, so long as the message is conveyed. But then I see many people making grammar mistake.
Yeah.
They speak good English, but you see the grammar. I've seen people like he advised me to do, and in that advised it is VICED, which is a noun.
Yeah.
You have to put VICED. I'm sorry, I'm old school chap, huh? So, but
that's never a problem, sir.
Yeah. Advice, VICE is a noun, VISE is a verb. So,
and
I'm telling you that is good, but that's okay. I mean, you have the audio, so that's more lovely and more nice than a writer.
And I think I'm also in that generation. We lack attention to detail. That concept is very much important. Lacking nowadays.
Yeah, in my profession, in medical profession, attention to detail is very, very important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are doomed. So at least in our profession, I think in every profession for that matter.
Yeah.
So no, because we watch somebody from head to toe, so you can't miss any sign. That can be an important clue for you. You're observing somebody, and then if you just remove their shirt, and then you see somebody here having a small protrusion or a small, we call it this area supraclavicular, left supraclavicular.
Okay.
And maybe the small protrusion is called varicose gland. That's an early sign of stomach cancer.
Okay.
Or even some other cancer too, not only stomach, but stomach for sure. So then if you don't keep that frame of attention, you miss this gland and you have misdiagnosed or you have missed a diagnosis. Not that you're curing the person. I mean, stomach cancer, you're doomed anyway. But what I mean is at least you have the responsibility to find it out.
Yeah.
The person can plan his life further. Whether he's alive or not is a different story. So that happens when you give that. But for that, you should have a mind that is very stable and alert. For that, you have to get up early in the morning. For that, you have to sleep at 9 o'clock or 9:30. So you get up at 3:30 or 4.
Yeah. And
That's why
I had to
I
ask,
don't.
what do you do early in the morning, sir? The first thing you do after?
See, the first thing is starting itself. I don't know if this is relevant to the audience, but since you asked,
Yeah, sir.
typically I like to retire by 9:30 upper. Like by 8 the phone is off anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even look at the phone unless they say SOS, but which is hardly happens.
Mm.
So like if you're done by 9:30,
Mm.
but that you have to dinner. I prefer my dinner by. So when you ask me this question, I have to go retrospect.
Yeah.
I have to go back.
Okay.
So like the dinner is over by 5:30, 6ish.
Mm.
So then 3.5, 4 hours the stomach is digested, whatever the food, no whatever. So
Mm.
you're easy, like you're sleeping like kind of empty stomach. You better sleep. There's no struggle of sleep. It's like one shot good. And then there is a situation wherein you have a very clear feeling when getting up. You start with the prayers, gratitude. Gratitude in advance is the most creative force on earth. I believe that. So it's gratitude to the people who have been living before you, 7 generations before you, all the people who have done good to you or done to society. Just thank them in their mind. You get connected to the collective consciousness of those people, even if they're no more. So you can't say that you are dead, you're gone. Your deeds are there, your karma is there. No, I mean your energy is still hovering somewhere, right? So that's how it is. And then of course I like to chant mantras regularly, which I do about 12 different mantras. And I like Surya Namaskar. For me, that's easy. So if you do about 25 of them, you're fairly sweating out. And if you check your body weight, so like, well, it doesn't matter to the audience, but I'm telling my real-time example is that like in Virulan, when I'm up at like 69.2 for something, after doing exercise like 25 Surya Namaskar, it's like nearly 450 to 500 grams lesser.
Okay.
So it is, I see it every day. Some days it is 600 lesser, some days maybe 400 less, some days, it just a bit varies. Climate, so many things, time of the day doing exercise. So what I mean is that you're carrying unnecessary extracellular fluid in your body. No?
Yeah.
It's definitely you're not losing your muscle bulk in half an hour or 1 hour.
Yes.
Obviously, fat is not disappearing in this 1 hour. So what it means when you don't do exercise, you're adding up extracellular fluid in your circulation which you don't need.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to replenish when you are feeling thirsty. That's different thing. So what I mean is that it's very important to have that exercise element. For that you have to make it empty stomach, and for that you have to be early. So I reply all the cancer patients in the morning. I prefer the time between 3:30 and 6:30, and then I just get off from my phone. Okay. So I mean, cancer patients or their relatives would be sending the message anyway overnight. Yeah. So that's the first is patient care. That is online kind of. Then it's offline action. But obviously I have to tell you that no, I can afford this luxury of this kind of activities. I'm not cooking food at home. So we have caretakers who take care of us. So I don't know. That's why I'm a bit reluctant to say all these things because somehow I live in an infrastructure where people are there. They're helping us. They take care of us. We have staff, etc. That's not easy for a single man or single lady. Yeah. They are their own cook and hobby anyway. Yes. So that's the way it goes.
And can you name any ancient rituals or practices that you follow in particular, if there is?
Yeah, Agnihotra, yes. I don't know if it has come to your attention. Last Saturday, I had made the video. I mean, it's a short 2 weeks ago, but I have made the video of Agnihotra because that's a game changer for me and many others. It's a great practice. It's nothing to do with religion.
You are talking about the reels, right?
Yeah,
I watched it. Yeah.
And it's a very easy to do practice. It's like hardly takes 3 to 5 minutes. The expense you have 1 teaspoon of ghee and 2 grains of rice. I mean, 2 grains are enough because you say Om Prajapati Namaha. So Prajapati is the Lord of the world. You have to give 1 to Prajapati, and you say Suryaya Swaha. So you have to give 1 to the sun god. So obviously 2 grains and 1 teaspoon of ghee. That's it. 1 matchstick or a lighter. And the cow dung preferably, if not something else, duff is something that can burn is utilized. And 5 minutes, it's so easy. I'm sure many people spend more than 10 minutes on Facebook doing things which are not necessarily great or not necessarily inevitable. So that way, that's a practice. That is a Homa or Yagna or such practices are the connecting link between humanity and divinity. That's the way I take it. And it's also a good opportunity to make sure that we are helping our prayers, putting our energy for people known and unknown to us. So I do it for my patients, for my mentors, for great doctors I know of in person, or even those whom I do not know. So that's our prayer to them. And prayer is very strength giving. Because when you have regularly treating cancer patients, like I have my situation now with that or with them, you yourself get hit emotionally seeing the suffering. You are escorting people to the fine line of death and life. So you're escorting them to the border of death, no? So it's not funny. It is not easy every time, because they are very dependent on you in some other sense, technically or emotionally also. No, you see somebody dying inch by inch, and so when you have easily 7 to 10 deaths every week, nearly 1 or 2 a day, you can say, I get a bloody damn, somebody's dying, his life is over, his life. That's one way of looking at it. And you can say, I'm not responsible for his death, it is something that has come. But then, no,
Yeah.
it's not that easy to be inhumane the way I just narrated now.
Yeah.
It's not the way it is. You deal with that people's energy. It's very taxing sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you have to practice. That's not a question you asked me. What is called as detached attachment, where you are focused on your karma and not the result. Results must happen. We are working for results only. We are not
Yeah.
working for karma only. But then you have to console yourself with the fact that I did my job. The rest is his or her karma, or I mean, fate.
Yeah.
So I simply say, very simply, मेहनत मेरी किस्मत आपकी. So then you are kind of.
Yeah. Wow. And is there any other practices that in ancient?
I chant mantras very regularly.
Okay.
It helps a lot. I have handled the healthcare welfare of patients from 104 nations over the last 15 years who have come to Atreya. Majority of them have been Germans, Swiss, Australians, Canadians, US, Russians, majority. Even people have come from regions where Ayurveda is not really popular, like Africa, not very popular. That's okay, all there. So you deal with different energies by that, different challenges, differences in the what we describe as anthropology. Practicing Ayurveda is a piece of cake. It's very easy. It's very crystal clear science. Nothing ambiguous about it. But dealing with people of different cultures to bridge the gap. They come to India for the first time. It's a different ballgame. It's not like treating Indians who understand us, who respect us. Who, not that others don't respect, they do, but no, there is a cultural connect we have with Indians, which we have to create with foreigners. So the energy fields need to be very strong. The aura field, mantras help in that.
And do you think, like allopathy, Ayurveda also can be spread worldwide and an awareness can be created?
Yeah, it
in
is
the future?
spreading already to different parts, even to South America. I use the word South America because even the word even is because you don't have many travelers coming from South America. It's mostly North of America, right? Who travel to or USA to be more precise, for whatever reason. So different parts of the world are already having Ayurveda in different shapes and shades. I won't say exactly like Indian shade or Indian shape of Ayurveda, but the limitations legally and the what we describe as the legal aspects, not letting them do what they actually want to do. So many things to it. So yeah.
And I want to ask that you have mentioned about that Agnihotra, right? So what exactly happens and what impact does it create to one's mind?
Actually, the fire in the world is a creative force for the energy. So we are re-energizing our channels in that. We are getting a very calmer and a very tranquil state of mind. And it gives a lot of strength and calmness. Usually strength and calmness don't come together. It's usually not the case every time. So apart from that, it is a very good environment cleansing process.
Okay.
You are putting herbs, like if you're putting or you're putting this ghee, and that is a very purifying in nature in the area. So it has a physical individual level of well-being and a sense of content and happiness and strength. Other side, it has a very great environmental effect of the territory that gets purified by these herbs. Actually, herbs, if you put herbs, otherwise even cow dung is also fine.
And what
it's a ritual also, like that it is these days and times it has to be 5:54 in the evening. Of course, a few months ago it is 6:20 or 6:15, in December maybe 6:30. I understand, but at least you feel motivated. Subah jaldi uthna hai. Agnihotra karna hai, so you automatically get up
Yeah.
early, no? So that's also an excuse. It's an indirect pressure on you,
Mm.
a positive pressure.
Mm. Yes. And any tips you can give to students who is pursuing medicine, or to a general audience, any tips you can give to them?
I would say in today's lockdown time, the biggest challenge we face, people sleep till up to 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
This is what has been told to me by many parents
Mm.
and many teachers.
Mm.
That's why we know it from there.
Mm.
So life is a bit sluggish
Mm.
in the lockdown time, at least for the last 1.25 years.
Yeah.
So there's a habit that you can cultivate. Well, I'm nobody to advise anyone, but then what I found in today's medical field, at least with Kerala, is that
Mm.
a lot of ailments are coming.
Mm.
Kids are putting on weight beyond they should. People are getting
Yeah.
hot belly,
Mm.
tummy, and such. If there's a possibility to have an early dinner
Mm.
and early rising,
Okay.
and if you have a goal set for every day,
Mm.
and if you practice the habit of expressing gratitude
Mm.
directly or indirectly, I think it keeps your body in a good shape. It keeps your mind and emotion in a good shape.
Mm.
So when you have an attitude of gratitude,
Mm.
if you cultivate that also
Mm.
by words or by action,
Mm.
your soul gets purified or refined, and the mind feels better.
Mm.
So that is the resonating that makes people feel better. Apart from the physical aspects, if you're getting up early in the morning, you'll be obliged to be into exercise or some other activity. You won't feel like taking a mobile and using it early in the morning.
Mm.
It's something that you do a bit lazily, right?
Mm.
Mostly, it's not like a serious thing that everyone does.
Yeah.
I'm very sure that majority of the people
Mm.
who spend time on things that are not absolutely essential for them, necessary for them,
Yeah.
nearly 50% is a waste of time.
Mm.
Of course, there are many people depend on the business on WhatsApp
Mm.
or on mobile. I understand that. I
Yeah.
don't deny that at all.
Mm.
You
Mm.
need mobile.
Yes.
That's your necessity. Rosy roti. I understand that.
Mm.
But is it the case with unmarried people?
No.
I really doubt.
Mm.
Unmarried means unemployed, or
Unemployed
rather
people,
yet
yeah.
to be employed.
Mm.
Yet to be employed.
Mm.
I'm speaking of teenage and the early 20s.
Yeah.
So that's not my advice, but I think that would be nice to maintain oneself fit and trim.
Yeah. And
What do you
for
guys
students, for medicine students.
For medicine people, again, no, I don't know if I'm qualified advice, but I think if you
No,
have
for Ayurveda, if someone is pursuing Ayurveda.
Ayurveda, even anyone,
Yeah.
the first thing you need, as once Dr. Devi Shetty sir, the great doctor he is,
Mm.
happened to say in one of these speeches, I heard that,
Mm.
his voice clip,
Mm.
he was telling about the fire in the belly.
Mm.
Passion for the subject is more important than your capacity, because capacity you can develop.
Yeah.
Passion for the subject means the material,
Yeah.
medicine or whatever,
Mm.
be it engineering, medicine,
Mm.
and compassion for the patient.
Mm.
If you have both these items,
Mm.
if I use them as word items or
Yeah.
thoughts or agendas,
Mm.
passion, compassion, it does a great deal of welfare
Mm.
to the person you are treating
Mm.
and also to yourself.
Yeah.
You feel valued.
Mm.
I'm doing something good,
Mm.
which not everyone is doing. You feel like blessed, the content feeling. So because if you don't have a good impression about yourself, how do you expect others to feel good about you?
Mm.
I'm already having मैं अपने नजरों में ही गिर चुका हूँ. If somebody is feeling,
Then how can you treat
दूसरों
the?
की नजरों में
Yeah.
क्या उठेगा वो?
Ah.
So that is very important.
Mm.
So dedication is the most important. Money will follow you.
Mm.
I know from my experience and many others' experience of doctors, you don't have to work for money. Work properly, money is behind you. Of course, you have to be smart enough to respond to opportunities,
Yeah.
grab the opportunities.
Mm.
That's all there is. I don't deny that. But when money is the only agenda,
Ah.
but what can I do if a PG scholar or a postgraduate or a MD or a DM, whatever,
Mm.
if he is spending about 4 crores
Mm.
of rupees
Mm.
for enrolling into a MD or DM
Mm.
in any private college or so, how much service do you expect from him or her after completing his degree? After spending 4 crores, do you think that was meant for charity? I mean, if he or she doesn't go for the degree, how much he can have as interest?
Yeah.
Maybe sufficient to have a living.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Mm.
Maybe sufficient to have a living.
Mm.
I don't know how much interest you will get in 4 crores, but
Mm.
I think you should be getting at least 4 lakhs
Yeah.
per month,
Definitely.
right? I think that's enough for living in India, no?
Yeah. Definitely. I think
Yeah.
fixed deposit will do. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So these are the areas we can talk of lofty philosophies,
Mm.
but when it comes to realities of life, it may not be easy.
Mm. Do you think?
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you are sorry, sir, I did not mean to interrupt. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you don't have esteem about yourself, you will fall sick at some other point. It will be depressive.
Yeah. And do you think education is like nowadays it's become a business, like to see money from it?
I mean, sir, we need money for everything. That is why even in our historics and I don't know the word for historic, but in history or even mythology, there's a better word. Along with Saraswati Devi, Lakshmi Devi was also given importance.
Yes.
So obviously we need money. If somebody says don't make money, I would say don't believe in that nonsense. But that has to go through the ethical frame. I mean, I really doubt if people go to MBBS only to serve people and only to treat emergency cases and only to save lives. I don't think the 100% of them are going for that. No, they're going for a good career, good money, good status. So we need that.
Yeah.
But then when it seems a bit what say commercialized, then it is a challenge. So I'm always in favor of making money because if we have good mindset, if you have good money, we can help people.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my government service, when I've taken leave now for cancer study, research, whatever. I used to share 10% of my salary for giving free medicines to patients when those medicines were not available in government supply. I could do that because I have other options to make money. So when we have money, we can do good.
Yeah.
So I'm against those people who say that money making should not be happening. Without money, nothing happens.
Yeah, if you have a lot of money, you can do greater things to the society.
Yeah, the Wipro chairman is doing great things. Tatas are doing great things. So money we need, but it should not be at the cost of somebody being upset by when you make in the process, or somebody feels cheated, or somebody feels robbed off, whatever.
And also, I know that you have shared a space with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I guess.
Yes, actually, I had a work done in 2005-2008 segment, which was role of Ayurveda for the healthcare of Indian Armed Forces. So his office came to know about it. So his staff, I was called up to his office. The time was December 2008. So I was given 15 minutes to present my findings or whatever my work was. So, but he was great enough to give me another 10 minutes. It went on like 25 minutes. So it was great. I mean, very humble person and very down to earth.
Yeah.
And I never thought that he will give me extra 10 minutes. But the topic was interesting to him because it was Ayurveda for the healthcare of Indian Armed Forces. Okay. And he realized it was something interesting.
And can you say about Athreya again, because the listeners would know more about it, and if possible they would visit there. I think not medically, but to see the environment and to see the nature over there.
Yeah, it's a peaceful place. It's a place to rest, recuperate, other than treating ailments only. So people come here to take care of their health, maintain their health, augment their health, and to cure. So not everyone has a disease they want to break, they want to rehaul themselves, body and mind. Many want to come for detox, many want to lose weight, many want to come de-stress, many want to get out of their burnout, they want to change of place, they want a natural environment. And the pollution level here is nearly nil. I would say nil kind of. So the air is good, the weather is good, the view is good. It's a peaceful place, but we do everything very hardcore. Everything what we do here is very strong and hardcore.
Yeah.
So that way, people feel a place where they can reconnect to themselves and also
rejuvenate themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Rejuvenate, yes, and also it's a place where they can detox themselves, which has great health benefits than just rejuvenate.
Okay. Sir, I'm very grateful to have you in this show, sir, because you have expressed your feelings and thoughts then and there. Very you were so good, and I hope the listeners would get a good idea of Ayurveda and what's your work, like integrating Ayush with allopathy and all.
Yeah, cancer is my area of work because a lot of financial tragedies happening in cancer, a lot of medical tragedies. So if we can bring to the public the essence of the experience of somebody who is doing for 61 years No, I mean, can you imagine Dr. C.P. Matthew has been awarded Lifetime Achievement Award by Ayush Department. It's very rare that a surgeon or an allopathic person is awarded Lifetime Achievement Award by another system of people. So that's a huge So somehow God has been kind enough, and my mentor Dr. Matthew sir has been kind enough to pick me up as his I don't know, follower is too big word, or disciple, whatever. I mean, he has met thousands of doctors in his profession, obviously, for last 16 years.
Yeah.
So
But he is a little bit close to you.
Yeah, I mean that is his grace. No, because no, you see, it's you have to prove your merit, obviously.
Yeah.
Or no, you have to be serious. So when I have put nearly 21 lakhs of my government service salary, kept away for at least 3 years of studying this. So he knows that it's more than that actually, not 21 lakhs. So he knows that somebody is putting to Girvi such a sure shot government income of nearly 5 digits a month, 5 digits a month, sorry, 6 digits salary kind of a month. So he knows that I'm serious with what I'm involved into.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
And I hope to bring that to the public in a best way.
Definitely.
It's already happening. We're training doctors actually. There's something called Agni Excel to Save Lives, the Telegram group. So we are having doctors regularly trained in that. So it's happening.
Yeah. And I will ensure that all that Telegram, Instagram links would be given in the description, sir, so that our listeners can go and watch. And Thank you again, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.